Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Choose Your Tomorrow, man. And I'm your host, DeAndre Megan. And so today, you know what I'm saying, we're touching on basically myself, actually. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to introduce myself properly to you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is the best way to go about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just give you a little bit about me, you know what I'm saying, and where my story, man, started, man, when it comes to reentry. So, it's actually a topic that was just on my heart, man, you know what I'm saying, because I've been to prison myself, man, you know what I'm saying, and my last stint was actually a federal prison stint, you know what I'm saying, and so it was a large indictment, and so basically I I actually took the wisdom from the judge, you know. I was sitting in the courtroom, you know what I'm saying, and I had a pretty much a public defender that was basically a dump truck, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't show up to court dates. He was just, you know, he was a failing. You know, he basically dropped me off. And so what happened was I began to fight my own case. I began to search laws. I began to do different things, man, you know what I'm saying, to help myself. And the judge literally was like, "Man, I like you, Mr. Megan." You know what I'm saying? And then, but, you know, at the end of the day, he was like, "I still have to give you this time." And so he did that, man. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the time. But one of the statements that he made was, don't let your future don't let your past dictate your future. Then he retracted that and he was like, matter of fact, do let your past, you know what I'm saying, affect your future, learn from it and change. And so this judge, his name is Freeman Nielsen, you know what I'm saying? And he was about 77 years old at the time that he judged us. So I took that like, man, this guy has seen me. I was me's or men like me. I was in my 30s at the time. Well, you know, I had just turned 30 at the time. And so he had seen many guys my age, man, you know what I'm saying, and younger, come in and out of this place, man, or just come through his courtroom. And so, you know, I considered it wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so I took those words and they stuck with me, man, you know what I'm saying, for the entire 100 months that I ended up doing in federal prison. And so while I sat there, man, I went through a lot of different changes, man, you know what I'm saying? I developed over that time because crime was still heavily on my mind in the beginning stages of my federal stay. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna take you back to the beginning of where I chose to pick up this criminal lifestyle. Now, you know, I probably was about 12, maybe a little earlier than that. But I probably was about 12 when I started really, you know, trying things, trying to get out in the street. My parents were pretty overprotective. They had they were pretty much very watchful of me because they had lived the life prior to me, you know what I'm saying, growing up, man, right? And they're, you know, my parents were pretty young. You know, my dad was probably 19 when he had me. My mom was about 16. And so they were young parents. And so they were kind of still in the streets and young as I was growing up. So we all grew up together. And ultimately at the end of the day, I seen a lot, right? And around when I was about 12, I believe that drugs started getting a real strong hold on my family, you know what I'm saying, you know, as a whole. And so to make ends meet, I would do little small crimes. You know, they were petty crimes, but no one was paying attention to me because the neglect had already started kicking in. You know, they were paying more attention to, you know, their addiction than they were to me. And so that gave me free range to do small things, right? You know what I'm saying? So I would get away with small things to make little ends meet, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a snack here, you know what I'm saying? A pair of shoes there, you know, just small things, man, that, you know, kind of take the cheat off as a young man, you know what I'm saying, who didn't want to be humiliated going through junior high school. I went to Horace Mann. And at that time, my first years at Horace Mann, I was extremely fresh, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, my parents had a little money, man. My auntie, man, you know what I'm saying, you know, Belizean lady, you know what I'm saying, would bless me with, you know, other clothing and stuff like that. So, you know, my initial years, man, you know what I'm saying, were pretty clean, man, and crisp, man, and I got a lot of attention. But then my second year at Horace Mann, was like the fall off. You know, it was the same old Chuck Taylors. You know what I'm saying? I was scruffy. You know what I'm saying? The no haircut, the dusty afro, those things. You know what I'm saying? And so I started hanging out with the fellas, man. I was pretty intelligent in school, but I started hanging out with the guys, you know what I'm saying, and doing things that were basically criminal. You know what I'm saying? And so fast forward a bit. Well, no, I'll continue here with saying that I began to claim a Trey gangster, right? You know what I'm saying? I began to claim a gang, even though I wasn't from it. And so now, fast forward, I go to Locke High School, which is in Watts, and I'm claiming this gang. Unbeknownst to me, man, you know what I'm saying, there's several members that are going there, man, you know what I'm saying. There's several members that already attend this school. So when I get there, these guys confront me about my claiming, because I really wasn't from it yet, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm claiming, but I'm not from it, you know what I'm saying? And so what happens is, man, we end up going to the set, you know what I'm saying? And ended up on 84th and Dinker. And, basically, man, I was exposed as a fraud, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not really a member. And so what happens is, man, you know what I'm saying, a friend that I was growing up with, man, at that time, Rusty Anderson, man, baby Q Ball, rest in peace, was like, man, this dude's a great candidate, man, get him. And so they rushed me, man, and my recruitment happened, man, you know what I'm saying. I was 14, so that was 94, early September, you know what I'm saying. And so those days, man, you know what I'm saying, someone official had to be there to acknowledge that you were, official. And so the person that was there at that time would be the little Huckabuck, you know what I'm saying? And so, I became official that day. All right, you know what I'm saying? And so throughout that time, I began to pick up, you know what I'm saying, small crimes. Just by my associations, man, I would do small crimes, man, you know what I'm saying? Robberies, and we say small crimes because I'm minimizing, but actually they were crime, no doubt, you know what I'm saying? So robberies, man, you know what I'm saying? Taking stuff from people, man, you know what I'm saying? Petty thefts, man, from stores, anything to make a quick dollar, man, you know what I'm saying? At that time, man, stolen cars was like huge. We called them G-rides, man, and we would have tons of them spread out all over our little community, right? G-rides were very popular, you know what I'm saying, at that time. And so, basically those were my stints of crime, man. You know what I'm saying, nothing too heavy, just real small stuff that I thought was small stuff. And then they raided my turf, man. You know what I'm saying? They did like a gang injunction. They called it Operation Sunrise, and they took all of us to jail. So this happened to be 95. Operation Sunrise happened, man, and they took a gang of the young members to jail, and then they took a bunch of older members as well. You know what I'm saying? And this was some retribution for the 92 riots, because you know what I'm saying, the homies had basically taken over the Western surplus, and basically had a bunch of guns and bulletproof vests and different things like that. And they wanted to get those things back. And so this is what pretty much, caused Operation Sunrise. SWAT team basically, kicked down my father's door. I'm 14, he's afraid, man, you know what I'm saying, for my safety. So basically, man, the truth of the matter is he turned me in, you know what I'm saying? And so I went in and did my time, man, you know what I'm saying? During that time, man, my father was fully supportive, man. He was with me the entire time, you know what I'm saying? And I sat throughout the camp program, Anazuka program, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was the beginning of those behaviors. But while I was inside, you know what I'm saying, and I'm meeting other fellow, you know what I'm saying, fellows and stuff like that, man, I began to pick up some of their bad habits just through shared stories, you know what I'm saying, different things that were intriguing and stuff like that, man. So I got out and I kind of practiced those things that I had learned from other people, you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? I had met some Broadways, I had met some guys from Compton, from Long Beach. I just met other people, man, you know what I'm saying, and some Bloods and some Crips, And I basically, man, since the stories that we would share with each other were kind of thrilling and stuff like that. And so basically I started, picking up some of those habits. It was crazy. Just a wild, just being adventurous and stuff like that, man, and then we worked out a lot, in those camp programs. And so I thought I was pretty tough, man, getting out. I was pretty swollen, and I would fight, I realized that I knew how to fight, and so I just became a fighter. I got out, man, and I basically, man, continued the criminal lifestyle. Now, I mentioned before on one of the other interviews with my boy Glenn Turner that I practice square stuff at times as well, man. So I did go back to school, man, and I'm pretty book smart. And so basically, man, I excelled in school a lot of times. And so I did graduate from high school, and ultimately I ended up with a scholarship to Texas A&M. But instead of pursuing that, I decided to go hang out with the guys, and just make a living doing the wrong thing, the wrong behaviors. And so what happened was I ended up getting shot in the chest. And getting shot in the chest at close range. And it's a long story, but it happened. And from that point, man, after the medical team at Martin Luther King Hospital saved my life. I got out of the hospital and went back to the same block and was carrying a gun. Some friends of mine, man, came and, they came to my aid. They played security, man, with me, while I was going through that time. They were protecting me, man. They were very, very supportive of me at that time. And we ended up doing some more foolishness, man, and drawing down on the police, which led me to prison. Yeah, And so prison I went, from that point, I ended up in Jamestown. A fire camp, but I didn't get the chance to go to fire camp. But I did go to Jamestown, Calaveras Yard. I did most of my time there. I did all of my time there, and then got out. I got out and relapsed immediately, back to crime. Back to crime, back to the criminal lifestyle, back to the just the lifestyle of hustling, objectifying women, just a mentality. Being disrespectful to authority figures, and just basically being a knucklehead. That would be the word that I would have to use. So I did all that. I did those things, man, but in between here and there, I would get jobs. I became a bus driver. I ended up having 3 sons. I squared up a bit, and kind of, tried to be a productive citizen and a father. I worked for First Transit, matter of fact, man, and I was doing pretty well at that time of my life. And then an opportunity presented itself, man, to make a large amount of cash, man, selling Oxycontin pills in Spokane, Washington, man. And I dove on that opportunity. I dove on that opportunity and landed myself, earned myself, man, 100 months in prison. No doubt about that. Now, the behaviors or the mentality, man, was pretty sick, because it's kind of like just a thought process. Just, your thoughts lead to your feelings, which leads to your actions, man. And my thoughts at the time were, just a bunch of get rich quick schemes. I was just like a get rich quick schemer. I just can't keep, just to keep it real with you. Even though now I know that there's no shortcuts through life. At that time, I believed that there was always a shortcut. I believe that I can get from A to Z without going through B, C, and D. And so, I was foolish, man, and I still had those foolish thoughts when I was 35, 36, maybe 37. I still had some inclinations to be foolish. But mind you, I'm sitting in federal prison, so I can't really move. And at that time, a turning point happened. The turning point happened, because my children were put into foster care. They were taken from their mother, who had become a drug addict and stuff like that. She had got with the wrong crowd, and she just made some poor choices herself. And so, biblical content, right? You know what I'm saying? Going back to biblical content, man, I'm saying? These sins lead to these consequences. And so the sins of myself led to the consequences of me losing my wife and children, right? You know what I'm saying? Right before my eyes. I couldn't do anything about it. So I was so powerless in the situation that I broke down, man. You know what I'm saying? I literally broke down into tears because I could not help the ones that I loved. It was heartbreaking, man. You know what I'm saying? And I still had many years to do before I was finished, you know what I'm saying? And would be able to be, some type of help, any type of help, right? And so what I did was, man, I began to turn. I began to change my mentality. I began to isolate myself from the gang members, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really want to listen to the negativity, man, or participate in the politics, right? You know what I'm saying? I began to focus on positive thought patterns, you know what I'm saying? Picking up, positive activities while in prison, right? You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of studying, I did a lot of reading, I did a lot of self-help books. And then I ultimately ended up in a program, a cognitive behavioral therapy program. And it was ran by this real strict lady, in Herlong, California. And I was there, right? And they really didn't like how I ran the program, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I really wasn't addicted to, meth or crack or, anything like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I did have an alcohol addiction, and I did, have a addiction to a lifestyle. I was addicted to the criminal lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much the truth of it all. And I had relationship troubles. I was basically damaging relationships left and right. Right, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't maintain a solid relationship for the life of me. You know what I'm saying? So they had identified those problems off the dribble. Oh, and the fact that I was emotionally unintelligent. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't identify my feelings for anything in the world. And so they attacked me, you know what I'm saying, and addressed those areas consistently until I began to change, right? You know what I'm saying? And I can't say that change is easy, because change is extremely hard. You have to want to change. You have to want to change the behaviors, man, and change your thought program, your thought process, man. And I thought what I was thinking was right. I thought what I was thinking, man, was right, man. And I often found myself wrong. I was using a lot of criminal thinking errors. And so, just to name a few criminal thinking errors, man, you know what I'm saying, was like demands, which is I need, I must, these are, then there was absolutes, you know what I'm saying, loaded words, right? You know what I'm saying? These are just things, man, that I would practice, practice on a regular basis, man. And these are actually thinking errors. And I realized that I never wanted to ask for help. My pride wouldn't allow me to ask people for help, man. I was really stuck on getting myself. I can do it on my own. You know what I'm saying? So I was in the independent mind state. And life is not about that, man. I ultimately learned that it's about interdependence. It's about teaming up. It's about partnership. It's about getting the help. You know what I'm saying? And so, after reaching out for the help, I began to learn things that I never knew about myself. And change began. Change began. You know what I'm saying? I began to practice the tools that they were giving me. And man, I began to work on myself as an individual, man, as a human being, man. I wanted to see a better me. They have this thing, they call it act as if. And so act as if is basically acting as if you're the person that you want to be, but act as if you're that person already. And so acting as if was pretty much, the ideal or the concept. And so, we act as if. We act as if we're great fathers. We act as if we're, good citizens. we act as if, man, we're hardworking people. And so I began to pick up these habits. And I began to pick up these habits. And these habits, man, I'm saying, acting as if, man, began to transform me. And so I worked every day in the kitchen in the federal prison, man. I ended up going back to Atwater Federal Prison, man, I'm saying, USP, Atwater. I ended up finishing out my term there. And I worked every day. I worked in the kitchen, and then I worked also in Unicor, you know what I'm saying? And so I developed the habit of working. I kind of eliminated some of the hustle, you know. Of course, I eliminated the criminal hustles, but, you know, I still did things to make ends meet, you know what I'm saying, as far as like cooking, you know, making meals, helping people, you know what I'm saying, get certain foods and stuff like that. And so I was a help in those areas, which earned me a little extra income. Now, once I got out, I had these habits, you know what I'm saying? So what I mean by that is I began to work immediately. I hit the halfway house the day after my birthday. So my birthday was April 25th. And April 26th, I was released into the halfway house, man. No better gift from God than that, right? You know what I'm saying? No one can gift you anything greater than your freedom. And so God gave me the opportunity, a second chance at life, and full throttle. And so I worked at Coeur d'Alene Window as in shipping and receiving, which is crazy labor, to be honest, right? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty back-breaking work, you know what I'm saying, lifting windows. And so did that for a period of time, increased my pay at another window company, and I began to develop and follow the plan. And so we are at the point that we are now, you know what I'm saying? I went and got my CDL, you know, I began to receive plenty of blessings, man, you know what I'm saying? I ended up with a girlfriend that was supportive. You know, I had like, I immediately, man, flew to Los Angeles and began the court process to get back with my children. The first visit was probably one of the best days of my life to see my 3 sons. And man, you know what I'm saying? I've been thriving and striving ever since, right? You know, actually, I'm at clear conduct. I'm no longer on probation. My you know what I'm saying, my probation officer was actually impressed with me. He was impressed with my behavior because, you know, while using those tools, he would come and check on me. The tools that I learned from the programs, he would come and check on me to see if I was still using those tools. Now, what they called the program, on federal probation, was called the cognitive model. And so the cognitive model is just the same thing as this CBT, the cognitive behavioral therapy, the RDAP program. These are the same fundamentals, right? The same program. So, you know, you practicing the 8 positive attitudes. And so with that being said, man, you know what I'm saying, he would come and check and see if I was using the cognitive model, that I would challenge my thoughts, that when I had interactions with people and I wanted to relapse back into old behaviors, you know what I'm saying, like responding violently or using aggressive communication or taking action in a criminal way. He would check to see how I worked through these problems. And a lot of times I would use the cognitive model, man. I would slow down my thinking. I would try to make better choices. I would make rational choices. You know what I'm saying? And so, so the struggles are real though. Man, I had some crazy interactions, man. One morning, man, I woke up, man, and this dude was sleeping in my Lincoln Navigator, man. This guy, man, you know what I'm saying, early in the morning, man, was in my car, man, you know what I'm saying? It was so crazy. And so when I jumped up, man, and I ran out the house, man, and I snatched him out of my car, man, you know what I'm saying, I really wanted to get busy. You know what I'm saying? I really just didn't know what to do, man. And this dude was making all kind of excuses, the white guy, man, he was making all kind of excuses, and you know what I'm saying? And I just really didn't want to tolerate none of this madness that the dude was, had going on, man. And so I called for my girlfriend at the time, man, you know what I'm saying, and had her come out, man, you know what I'm saying, and I just made the choice, man, to let the guy go, man, you know what I'm saying? Now, this was a hard choice, I can't lie to you, man. It was a challenge. It was a challenge to let this man, you know what I'm saying, just walk away from the situation, you know what I'm saying? But I did it, and come to find out, man, the man that shitted in my backseat, man. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? So I had to, clean that, you know what I'm saying, and re-clean my car, man, you know what I'm saying? It was just one of those incidents, right? You know what I'm saying? I've had several more, man, you know what I'm saying, that were pretty challenging just in the workforce. You know, you know, there's just been, ongoing challenges, man, when it comes to people. Now I'm in an environment where we're dealing with the opposite races, man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to sound racist, but there's challenges when it comes to different races. You know what I'm saying? This is a more 90 or 87% white environment. And so with that being said, man, the number, the disparity in diversity, man, you know what I'm saying, is a challenge in itself. You know, some people, man, they get big headed when they outnumber you. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, man. And so with that being said, man, these people, they, at times they think they can abuse. And I'm a pretty stand-up guy, so a lot of time I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm just not going. And so I try to do these things in more so rational ways than I would prior to this. So I'm thankful, man. I thank God, because a lot of times, man, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't for my Lord and Savior, man, you know what I'm saying, and the training along with, you know what I'm saying, my spirituality, man, I probably would have made some bad choices again. And so I know that it's an ongoing struggle, man, you know what I'm saying? I know that it's always going to be, bumps in the road ahead, but I struggle. I move forward, man, and I keep on, and I keep on keeping on, man. And I have no intentions, no desire, man, to do crime whatsoever or turn back to that lifestyle. None whatsoever, right? You know what I'm saying? And so, I plead with the brothers, man, that, you find the strength within yourself, man, to fight those demons, or fight those urges, or fight those temptations, man, to go back. What's best for you, man, you know what I'm saying? You know the things that it's not going to harm you, man, you know what I'm saying, harm your future or harm your family. And so, those are the choices that you really want to make. Making those choices, man, you know what I'm saying, to stand for your respect, that is fine, man. You know what I'm saying? You can stand on principle, man, no doubt. I have yet to go against my integrity. I've literally stand on all my principles, but I haven't fought every fight. I haven't physically fought every fight, right? I've mentally fought. You know what I'm saying? I've mentally, you know what I'm saying, and strategically, man, moved around situations, you know what I'm saying, or outthought my opponents and stuff like that. But physically, I chose not to put my hands on people, man, or resort back to violent behavior, right? And so, we just have to make, man, wise choices, man, you know what I'm saying, these days and age. And I encourage you guys, man, you know what I'm saying, the fellas, man, that are getting out of prison, man, you know what I'm saying, to just do what's best for yourself, man, you know what I'm saying, because the game has changed for sure. And, honestly, man, you know what I'm saying, it seems like everyone's out for self. And so, you know what I'm saying, why not be out for self, man, you know what I'm saying? Not saying not to be interdependent. You do want to work with others. You do want to help others, man. You do want to challenge yourself, man, and be a help and ask for help. But also, man, you know what I'm saying, self-preservation, man, is the number one law. You know what I'm saying? So, always think about the consequences, right? You know what I'm saying? Just like we earn those long sentences, man, earn your freedom. You know what I'm saying? Earn your leisure, man. You know what I'm saying? Earn your, you know what I'm saying, your success, man. Earn your family back. You know what I'm saying? Earn your respect, man, you know what I'm saying, through positive behaviors, man, right? There's more than one way to skin a cat. It's crazy, man, right? You know what I'm saying? We use a lot of time with myself, man, I would resort to all I know, right? You know what I'm saying? Greedy for gain, or, you know what I'm saying, just, bomb first, all that good stuff, man, that we recited, man, growing up in the 90s and stuff like that, man, you know what I'm saying, or now, can be used in different ways, though, right? You know what I'm saying? We can actually exercise these things in different ways, man, and so it's best to do so. And with that being said, man, you know what I'm saying, I just ask you to choose your tomorrow, man, you know what I'm saying, choose a better way. I'm a resource, man, you know what I'm saying, so with that being said, man, reach out to me, man. You know what I'm saying? The best way to touch in with me right now would be, you know what I'm saying, choose your tomorrow, or CYT, info at CYT podcast at gmail.com, right? You know what I'm saying? That's a good way to tap in with me. You know, there's other avenues, man, you know what I'm saying, and it'll be posted, man, you know, as ways that you can touch bases with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely down to help a brother, man, in need. You know what I'm saying? And futuristically, man, you know what I'm saying? Some things are going to change on this platform. You know, I'll be doing dedications, man, you know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to basically, man, you know what I'm saying, reach into your folks that are in the system, man, and dedicate a song like, you know, like an Art LeBeau type scenario. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to, you know, do some shout outs, some reaching in, and they can also do the same thing, man. Reach out, man, do some shout outs, man, you know what I'm saying, to share the love, because love is powerful, man. Just a little bit, man, goes a long way. You know, I did that dime, man, you know what I'm saying, and I can really say, man, you know what I'm saying, that loneliness, man, you know what I'm saying, loneliness, man, you know what I'm saying, can be pretty painful. It can be discouraging and stuff like that, man. So any glimpse of love, man, or hope or help, man, you know what I'm saying, or support, man, you know what I'm saying, goes a long way, man. You know, people, man, take that, man, and they can ride that wave, man. Just one letter, man, they can ride that wave for months, you know what I'm saying, you know. And so, you know, always reach out to your folks, man, you know what I'm saying, and have them reach out to you, man. Just a little bit of love, man, goes a long way. Listen, man, I'm DeAndre Megan, you know what I'm saying, you know, AKA G-Man, you know what I'm saying, if you know me, you know what I'm saying, and man, this is Choose Your Tomorrow, you know. I just wanted to give you guys this introduction, man, you know what I'm saying, because I felt like you deserve it, man, you know what I'm saying, and I'm going to do my best, man, to make this the best, and I'm going to do my best to stay as free as possible, man, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully, man, we can get, you know, we can be successes together, man, you know what I'm saying, earn some income, earn some freedom, man, you know what I'm saying, stay free, man, and be great family men and women, you know. I wish you well, man. I wish you the best, man. Choose your tomorrow, man. Stay stuck to it, man. You know what I'm saying? And that is my motto, man. Stay stuck to it, man. Like chewing gum, man. You know what I'm saying? Stuck to the bottom of a chuck. Man, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? And until the next time, cuz. Peace.